Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the fourth edition of Quarterly Immersive Series by nasscom. In this edition of Immersive Series, we are going to discuss about industry-academia collaborations, where we are bringing in best-in-class R&D organization and universities to reflect on their journeys and share their insights to the wider Indian R&D ecosystem, to accelerate the learning curve and to drive long-term industry growth. So in this session 2 of the Immersive series, we are going to talk about the joint curriculum design to make students industry ready. So we have our moderator Vandana and speaker already. So Vandana, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Avinash, for that introduction and context setting. I am Vandana Babu and I'm Principal Analyst at nasscom. So very, very good morning to all of you who have joined today. So today's session is the continuation, as Avinash mentioned, of the quarterly immersive series on industry-academia collaboration. In the last session that was held yesterday, we had leaders from Intel, GE, IIT Madras, and IISc Bangalore who provided insights, best practices, and shared their experience on accelerating research through academia-industry partnership. That session was very, very insightful and interesting. And today we are going to discuss another very, very important aspect of industry-academia collaboration, that is joint curriculum design to make students industry ready. Now, I'll set up a brief context for this session. Now, we know that India has one of the largest, higher education networks across the world, and technical education in India contributes significantly to the overall education system and is critical to the nation's social and economic development. However, India's technical education system has not sort of kept pace with the rapid advancements happening in the industry. So as per a survey by nasscom in 2019, India produces 15 lakh engineering graduates every year, but only 2.5 lakhs of them succeed in getting jobs in the technology industry. So these statistics actually, they do, paint this picture of India's engineering graduates' current skills and employability. And due to a lack of practical knowledge and industry exposure, as well as lack of opportunities to participate in live projects, recent engineering graduates, they sort of lack the necessary skill to be industry ready. And universities also require innovative, simple, and practical ideas to keep pace with the changes in the industry, to better equip the students to stay ahead in the years to come. So in this session today, we will deep dive into how industry and academia can collaborate jointly to design the curriculum and certification programs that are industry oriented and assist students in honing their skills and becoming industry ready. So we want this session to be as interactive as possible. And I would encourage all the participants who have joined this webinar today to type the questions that you may have, and we will pick it up at the end of the session. I now want to extend my very, very warm welcome to all the leaders and panelists today who have joined for this session. So I will quickly introduce them, and then I would ask each of them to give their brief introduction. So first of all, we have Mr. Prasad Shetye, Executive Vice President, ER&D, Capgemini Engineering India. Then we have Mr. Pawankumar Fakatkar, who is the subject matter expert in MATLAB Simulink and Advanced Embedded Systems Group at KPIT. We also have Dr. Anandhi Jayadharmarajan, Dean Academics, New Horizon College of Engineering. And we also have Dr. Nilkanth Chopade, Deputy Director, Pimpri Chinchwad College of Engineering at Pune. I would kindly request Mr. Prasad to kindly share his introduction.
So thank you. This is a great opportunity to interact with all of you. My name is Prasad Shetye. I'm the Executive Vice President, Capgemini Engineering, and also the head of Pune location for Capgemini. I come with about 33 years of experience in the engineering as well as the marketing as well as the industrial domain. And we have been doing a lot of work in the industry academia arena for some time now, and we'll talk about that as we go along. So extremely happy to be here on this forum.
Thank you, Prasad. Mr. Pawankumar, I would request you to kindly introduce yourself.
Thanks, Vandana. I'm glad to be here, and my name is Pawankumar Fakatkar. Right now, I'm principal educator and subject matter expert on the advanced technologies at KPIT, and I've been in the part of learning and development for almost a decade now. Been training people, working on competency development of freshers, laterals, and that's what something I'm doing for quite some time. Before joining KPIT, I worked at MathWorks in their academic collaboration team, and before that, I was a professor. So I've seen the best of both worlds, and I want to make sure that I work in this domain for a long time. So that's my passion.
Wonderful. Thank you, Pawan. Dr. Anandhi, I would request you to kindly introduce yourself.
Thank you, Vandana. I think it's a very great forum to be there to be participating in this kind of panel because of my background, where I have both industry as well as academic experience of around 25 years. So I've seen both the sides, and I feel that the inputs which I got from the industry, I've been now able to do it as a curriculum. So that's a great honor that I've got, and I've been with the New Horizon College of Engineering as a dean academics, and I'm doing what I wanted to do. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Anandhi. Dr. Nilkanth, if you could please share your introduction.
Yeah, good morning. Again, indeed, this is a great pleasure to be in this on this platform. My name is Nilkanth Chopade. I have 30 years of academic experience. I started in 1992 from Government College of Engineering, Amaravati, and then working for the students specifically, and for the betterment best practices in academics. So while working in this domain and being an autonomous institute, Pimpri Chinchwad College of Engineering, we have set up good academic practices that I will be highlighting in the further discussions. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Nilkanth, and thank you everyone for your kind introduction. So before starting this webinar, let's have a quick poll to understand, what is the makeup of the of our participants in the webinar. So I would request the admin to kindly share the poll. Yeah. So these are two questions which you can vote on. So the first question is, which of the following organization do you belong to, whether academia or from the industry? And then is your organization currently engaged in a joint curriculum design or certification program with an industry or the university? So if you could kindly choose that. A few more seconds, and then we'll share the results as well as kickstart the webinar. Okay, so if so we got the results as well. So a large participation from the industry, and then again a large participation of the a large portion of the the participants, they are also currently engaged in a joint curriculum program. So wonderful. I hope today's session would be of great interest for all of you. So I'll quickly start the session, and this webinar is divided across 4 rounds. So in the first round, we'll talk about this, the details about the joint curriculum initiatives that all the panelists on the session they are undertaking. So Mr. Prasad, I'll start straight away with you. So what are the benefits and the goals that are that you are expecting from these joint curriculum design collaboration with universities that you've undertaken?
Thank you, Vandana. So Vandana, you already mentioned about 2.5 lakhs out of 15 lakhs. Those are the kind of numbers. So which means that close to 80% of the engineers who are graduating, they are not directly deployable into the industry, and that's where the gap is. So question is, are we producing what the market is really demanding, and how we are able to bridge the gap which today exists between what industry is looking for and what the curriculum that universities offer in terms of the concepts and skills. So the goal for joint curriculum design is to ensure that students are industry deployable, learn and acquire right skills that are customers and industry is looking for. And those are the skills that are specialized along with the hands-on practice, which means that, setting up the POCs and working in the labs. So take example of, let's say, a physical design of the product, or the skills that are required in product lifecycle management, PLM. Now, if you look at PLM, then the physical design of a product, it could be something which will be needed now, and that is also in a great demand. But it is not a subject which is directly taught in any of the universities. Or maybe if you look at digital skills, for digital skills required for data, cloud, mobile, AI, are at a different level that the industry like us is expecting, then those are taught in the universities. So therefore, it is we feel that a joint curriculum will benefit both university as well as students to acquire these skills for real life use and for industry to get deployable talent. So that 82% which are not directly deployable can swing majorly in such a way that the students become directly deployable to the industry.
Wonderful, wonderful, Mr. Prasad. Mr. Pawankumar, I want to share, that of course there have been many collaborations that KPIT has done. So now, what is the intent behind jointly designing these courses? And what is different when a course is designed with an industry focus? How does that differ?
So at KPIT, we do have learnings from an initiative called as KPIT Nova Foundation, where we have partnered with around 30 colleges. And the intention here is to catch them early, catch them when they are still learning the basics. And there are two ways in which we can look at this collaboration. Either industry can propose a special subject, like we are doing an automotive software engineering special subject or an honors course, or try to inculcate the basics in the subject that they're learning already. I'll come down to simple examples, like if they're learning microcontrollers, why to learn a microcontroller which is, say, a few decades old? We can actually start with something which is recent. When they're learning C++, they can learn C++ 11.14 than the old standard. So a curriculum engagement or a partnership with an academia will help us to align the students when they are in college. So if we imagine a student who has written, say, 3,000 to 4,000 lines of code while completing his engineering, his experience is equivalent to someone who has spent around 2 to 3 years in the industry. So the entire industry gets ready talent on the day they leave their college. That's our thoughts.
Wonderful, wonderful. What a clear insight and clear result-oriented insight that you have shared. So thanks a lot, Mr. Pawankumar. Dr. Anandhi, the New Horizon College of Engineering has, of course, also collaborated with many companies. So can you also shed light on these industry collaborations, that you have helped design with an industry focus, and then therefore have had prepare industry ready talent as well?
So if you see, New Horizon College of Engineering became autonomous in the year 2015. But when people were discussing about the kind of gaps that are there, our college with our visionary leader, Dr. Mohan Mangnani, he said, let us go ahead with having Center of Excellences in collaboration with industry. So I think we were one of the few colleges who started in 2016 to start having this culture of having collaborative labs. And as on today, we have 14 Center of Excellences which have been collaborated with various technology giants. For example, we have Center of Excellences from Capgemini. Our Mr. Prasad would agree. He was talking about the physical design, and we are so proud to say that we already have established the physical design lab, an Industry 4.0 lab, 5G communication labs, in association with Capgemini, and we have inaugurated with the courses. So labs, it's not just the labs alone. We have open electives, which means students from all different disciplines can take that. It's not just restricted to one group, say electronics. No, it's not like that. It's for any students to pick up.
Dr. Anandhi, your voice is going away. I think there is some issue with the volume.
Fine now?
Yeah, no, it comes and goes. So if you could kindly check the mic. Yeah. No, we can't hear you now. It's very feeble. Yeah, Dr. Anandhi, we can't hear you. Do you want to use a headphone perhaps? Maybe that might help.
Is it fine now, sir?
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
it's fine. Now it's
Yeah.
fine. Yes.
Yeah. So what I was trying to say is,
Still, it is a problem.
Yeah, Dr. Anandhi, it's we are not able to hear you. You have some very key insights that you want to share, and it would be a shame if we can't hear that. Yeah, it was working well when we were doing the dry run, but yeah.
fine now? Can I continue?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can hear you now. Yes.
So the physical design lab, which is already established.
Still, it is a problem.
Dr. Anandhi, we can't hear you well, unfortunately. Do you want to use a headphone? Will that help?
Just give me a minute. I'll connect the
Sure.
headphone. Maybe I'll come back.
Yeah. I'll come back to you again. I'll go to Dr. Nilkanth and then I'll come back to you again. Yeah. Sure. Dr. Nilkanth, again, same question with you as well, that PCCOE has also, it has an MOU with Capgemini and KPIT. So can you now also elaborate about it, and also in general about the industry collaborations to jointly design these courses?
Yeah, ma'am. Ours is a 23 years old institute, and it is located very say prominent area location. We have very prominent locations. Sorry, one side is the automotive industries, other side is the IT industries, and working in this domain, in education domain for almost 30 years, we found that the student, the education model should be 4-pillar base. It is our own concept. And the first is, being academic institute, it should be the academic excellence. Second one should be the student competency development. Third is in the proper blend of research and innovation, and then obviously the industry institute. And fourth one is the readiness for the students, for the societal and for the global level acceptance. So considering this philosophy, we have tie-up with KPIT, say 7-8 years back, and we started advanced automotive electronics with KPIT. So that time Dr. Tracy and the team was instrumental, and the concept of co-teaching we have implemented right from that stage only. So the industry people, KPIT people, used to train our people. They also deliver some content, and that way the students are getting industry ready for KPIT. Later, KPIT Nova Foundation, we got opportunity, and students almost 225 and 5 faculties were involved, and various programs, various courses we have designed related to object-oriented programming, embedded, then the MBDs, and model-based design. Then by this has helped a lot. Similar way, we joined the hand with Capgemini, and in mechanical engineering, it is the MBSc and system programming. And for ENTC, it is the model-based design, then compliance testing, and then the embedded automotive and biomedical domain we are working. So our aim is to make the flexi curriculum in the interest of the student, and it should be properly balanced with proper CBCS, choice-based credit system. And the student must have a lot of opportunities to select the open electives from different domains to promote the interdisciplinary culture, and industry-driven courses like what I mentioned with Capgemini and KPIT. And for effective implementation of those courses, involving the faculty in the training, and then utilizing their expertise for the students along with the industry experts. So that is how we are getting benefited of this MOUs.
Wonderful. Great. Thanks, Dr. Nilkanth. Dr. Anandhi, hope your audio is back, and if you could share, with respect to the industry collaborations and the, in industry-focused curriculum.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, now we can. Yes.
So as I was telling you, 2015 is when we become autonomous, and that's when we started. When people were talking about the gaps, we started building the bridges for filling up the gaps.
Dr. Anandhi, your voice is still, I think there's some issue with the mic. Yeah, we can't hear you. I know that.
Otherwise, Anandhi ma'am, you can leave the meeting and join again. Probably it will work.
No, we can't hear you, Dr. Anandhi. Yeah.
Let her rejoin.
Yeah. Dr. Anandhi, maybe you can rejoin and then I'll ask this question again from you and we can move on to the other topics. So yes, so now, we've understood a little bit about the joint curriculum initiatives from all our speakers. We'll do a little bit of a deep dive on the course design as well. So, Mr. Prasad, what key points must be considered when developing an industry-focused curriculum so that, you are able to transfer the technical skills as well, but most importantly, the soft skills as well. So, how do you ensure that, this course is, it keeps up with the changing industry trends?
Yeah, so just to give you a little bit of background, somewhere around 4 years back, we started looking at the first time about this collaborations, and that's a key challenge. There was the kind of skills that we were looking for. Dr. Chopade already talked about MBSC, but apart from that, wireless, data science, 5G, PLM, technical publications, all these skills we were looking at. So we looked at about 14 emerging skills across our 10 verticals and 9 horizontals, where we needed talent desperately, and we were not able to really find a clearly exact fit there. So we decided that we go with the institutes and focus on the curriculum, which is the latest curriculum that we are looking for, right? So the major gap that we saw was the raw talent from the universities. They were not really geared up to changing market needs. So that was the first challenge that we saw. In terms of technical skills, the skills taught in the universities were needed to be upgraded, needed to be revised to the latest skills so that we are able to get what the customer is looking for. So they need hands-on expertise in the laboratories. They need to ensure that they are doing internship with us so that they get aligned to our corporate culture and so on. So with respect to soft skills, more aligned to what our customers are looking for. So for example, our customers expect us to move away from that do as directed kind of an attitude, and the engineers need to be playing lead roles over a period of time. So we need to build soft skills where, really speaking, the students have curiosity and ability to ask questions very clearly and precisely. While English is important, but it is the effective communication to ensure we are assertive in major soft skill students need to build. And the third thing is we need to challenge the status quo in the new digital world, and we should lead rather than follow. And therefore, that assertive presentation skills needs to be developed. So it's not only soft skills in terms of communication, but it are the other areas like intuitiveness, creativity, innovative questions are some things which you are looking at. So ensuring the courses it keep with changing trends can only happen when continuous interaction is happening between industry and academia. So when we signed up more than 58 MOUs in the last 2.5-3 years, we ensured that there is a regular cadence of the meetings between our senior leaders and the SPOC from the colleges. Members of the industry needs to be included in the board of studies. So we ensured that in most of the colleges, our members were included in the board of studies. And there are certain areas or certain subjects or certain topics over a period of time, we need to do a review so that, if they are becoming outdated, they need to be retired. So we already have lots of experience in various universities where our members are there as board of studies and ensuring that we are able to provide that kind of an expertise to the universities.
Absolutely. Well shared, Mr. Prasad. Mr. Pawankumar, now, what kind of engagement model are you following, while you are initiating such collaborations, and what, KPIs are also in place to measure the effectiveness of these, industry academia collaborations?
Good question, Vandana. Whenever I go to a college or initiate an initiative with any institute, our management or any management will ask what's in it for the organization. And this is where KPIs come into picture. So we have, although collaborated with colleges in a CSR mode, where we are partnering with the faculties, with the management to create industry-ready workforce. We engage with them in a mode where our video lectures, that is me and my fellow trainers, we make sure that the industry-ready content is made available for the students right when they're in college. And once the student learn all of it, we ask the students to solve problems that are industry oriented. So we have weekly challenges, we have hackathons, and we get consistent data for all the students who have participated in this program. At this moment, we are working with more than 20,000 students who are getting trained on advanced technologies in automotive. But as an organization, we have a small appetite. We need only, say, 1,000 students. So we are creating students ready for the industry, and KPIT is also getting benefit out of it. Apart from that, when we look at a deeper engagement, because KPIT is now a key partner to all our T25 customers, they look at us as not just someone who will do a given work, but they are looking at us as a strategic partner who will tell them what we are supposed to do. For that, we need engineers who have that kind of caliber. So we are forming center of excellences at a couple of colleges where we know for a particular account, students can be picked up from this college and this department. So that kind of strategic initiative will help us to measure how much successful we are while collaborating with the universities. So when we look at what's in it for us, the students are happy, the management is happy, and the college is also happy.
Wonderful, wonderful, Mr. Pawankumar. And 20,000 students is a phenomenal number that you've shared. So thank you so much, for sharing that insight. So, Dr. Anandhi, coming back to you,
Yes.
if you could, share some details about these industry collaborations that your college is doing, and how you are helping design these industry-focused curriculum to prepare the talent which is industry ready.
Thank you, Vandana. Now I think I'm audible.
Yes, absolutely, loud and clear.
Yeah, thank you. So as I was telling in the previous question, we have realized that NASSCOM's details about the number of people who are not eligible or employable, I should say, is becoming more and more. So this concern came to us, almost 8 to 10 years back when we established all these labs, and we keep on adding to that. It's not just a one-time work that we do a lab or do a curriculum and leave it. No, it's a every year process. And that's why in our being autonomous, we have our board of studies, and we have made it a point that at least 2 to 3 people from industry experts are there to suggest what courses to offer, and even in the existing courses, what to be added on. So we don't want to have an obsolete syllabus or a curriculum given. So as per the industry requirement, every year we try to redo our syllabus with the inputs from the industry. So that's one of the major collaboration that has made our syllabus very active. And that is what even our companies or our industry partners and the students, all stakeholders take pride in having an active curriculum. And this credit goes to the industries that have been associated with us. And the next one I could say is, it is not just a theory curriculum that we give it as a practical session. See, what has been told and taught makes more sense when it is practiced. So this kind of practice session is brought because all the courses that we do, which is industry collaborated courses, it is only on hands-on. So we make it a practical session by default, and we open it to all the students, not just for the particular discipline students. So this way, the curriculum has helped all the students, and the inputs from the industry partners have given us a lot of scope for improvement and bridging that gap. And coming to that industry collaboration, we almost have 18 industry giants who have collaborated with that. And I think Mr. Prasad will agree to me that we have established 3 new labs this academic year in association with Capgemini, where we are offering physical design, industry 4.0, 5G communication. So what else when the students, and this is offered to the final year students. So another 6 months down the line, our students are ready for this. So this is all about the kind of curriculum that we develop. We keep it active and we keep it useful for the industry as well as to all the stakeholders. So this keeps us that our industry interactions, we are the most benefit people, I should say, that we are giving back to the society.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thanks, Dr. Anandhi. This was sharing such a key insights and, with examples as well. So wonderful. Thank you so very much. Now, Dr. Nilkanth, how does this collaboration with the industry, according to you, that, helps the students to gain practical skills? So what, according to you, how does that help?
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. There are two aspects to these questions. The first one is, of course, I spoke about the flexi curriculum. So flexi curriculum with the involvement of the industry person. So we do have Board of Studies, Academic Council, and that structure. So for every Board of Studies, the involvement of the industry persons is there. More than 1, 2, 3 industry persons are involved. And what is the current need? We have the practice of taking regular say feedback from the stakeholders, and we consider industry as one of important stakeholder. So every time our team is taking a continuous feedback, exactly what to be taught to the student from industry readiness point of view. And with this approach, again, we have more than 10 industry center of excellences, of which Capgemini and KPIT are the prominent one. And speaking to the specific courses, we have compliance testing course from Capgemini, wherein the proficiency testing, then EMIC, which is again important domain, then safety certifications, which the engineer should be aware about while working in the industry. So those aspects were covered in the compliance testing. So the faculty were trained. Mr. Ravindra was involved as a co-teaching person from the industry, and from our side, Mrs. Jagtap, she was involved. Then for embedded automotive, this was another very, very important and upcoming technological domain where the group of faculty, they got the training from the industry and they are now delivering the content to the students. And the third vertical is the biomedical. So biomedical experts also we have from our side, and Capgemini team are continuously guiding us. Then this is one domain, and we are setting the laboratory as well, as Prasad have highlighted earlier. Then we are giving the experiential learning and design experience to the students. To mention specifically, we have designed few of the experimental setups with the help of student and faculty, and it is used regularly. So the student will feel that they are really doing something which is of the important to the industry. And second aspect is the KPIT Nova Foundation, as Prof. Pawankumar have already highlighted. So wherein the train the trainer program is carried out. So 2 faculty recently completed 2 months training. One is in the domain of CI/CD for embedded systems, and second is e-cockpit design, which is again AutoSAR and embedded related verticals. And they did a very good thing as the feedback received from the industry, KPIT people. And other team will be also getting trained through this interaction. And obviously the end user is the students. So industry readiness definitely we can ensure through this initiative. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful, Dr. Nilkanth, and thank you for sharing some key examples as well of the work that is actually, that you are doing at PCCOE. So many thanks. So, we have talked about the details of these courses. We have talked about the initiatives, joint design initiatives as well. But of course, there are some challenges also that are being faced by the industry as well as from the academia. So, Mr. Prasad, what do you think, according to you, are these issues that you face while you are designing this industry-oriented, curriculum, and also some steps that you've taken to address them?
Yeah. So first of all, creating an awareness about these kinds of programs is extremely important internally as well as at the college end. So we have branded this program within Capgemini. It's called as Engineering Excellence Connect, and it is widely popular across Capgemini and especially in Capgemini Engineering. Secondly, we have ensured that all the key leaders and their next 2 levels are involved into each and every MOU that we have signed. So every person who is at a senior director and a vice president level, they are the people who are taking the sponsorship of every stream and every college. And then there are people in their teams who are managing the relationship with the college. So creating that kind of a structure is extremely important, which is what we have done. There are more than 300 people at the senior level who are involved into these 58 MOUs that we have signed. Now, coming to the challenge, another challenge here is the speed. Speed is the real essence in this volatile, changing world. So while things are changing for good in Indian educational system, it takes long time to implement sometimes industry-oriented curriculum unless we really work with the autonomous universities. So wherever we have gone with the autonomous universities, like Dr. Anandhi mentioned, Dr. Chopade mentioned, we have fantastic flexibility, as well as we have been able to implement things very fast. There is a freedom to make changes. However, the real challenge comes where there is a government affiliated university. So our design courses in there are given as optional subject, as we cannot really push the government universities. Now, in such cases, what happens is the students may not opt for our subjects as they already are burdened with the university enforced subjects, and they may not find time to upskill. So also the government bodies, they will go through multiple time consuming approval process. So those are some of the challenges, although we have started taking it up with some of the government colleges, but that's a challenge. Now, how do you really address that? So first of all, as far as autonomous universities are concerned, we design the course content along with the teams on both the sides, and we gain the speed. With the government universities, what we need to do and what we are trying to do is we adopt a more flexible approach, like incentivizing students with elective subjects as additional credits, followed with internship in the same area. So that is one way in which we are trying to manage it. Secondly, providing online options that students can learn at their own pace. Now, again, that is something which some of the colleges have taken. The third one is, delivering lectures, which is extremely important. And, our recommendation is always that, we should go for a trainer approach. So bringing the faculties up to speed in terms of these new age skills is equally important. Fourth thing is working with the universities, address the students. So as I talked about awareness, it is important that we need to conduct initial sessions to motivate the students to take the subject by providing background, what is the relevance of that subject in the industry, and how it is possible to get better job prospects by opting for this kind of a course is something which we make people aware. And finally, I feel this is very important, is we have tried to bring in our customers into this entire model, into entire infrastructure, where we actually get them into the colleges where we have signed the MOUs, help them to meet the faculties, help them to interact with the students. That gives them a phenomenal confidence that there is an ecosystem in place in terms of building up the talent in the emergent skills in India. And recently we had few of the visits. Dr. Chopade is aware about that, and the kind of feedback that we got from the customer, they were overwhelmed with the kind of talent that is available and the way in which we are nurturing that talent to cater to the requirements of the customer.
Wonderful, wonderful, Mr. Prasad. Thank you for sharing that insight. So, Mr. Pawankumar, now, what flexibility or what support do you expect, from the universities while you are designing this course? So, of course, there are challenges, but what kind of a support also do you want and do you expect as well?
And I'd say to address a problem, we have to first acknowledge that there is some problem, and let's discuss how can we find those challenges. But for every college, for every type of institute, there is a different problem that we have identified. There are institutes who are affiliated to a university across India. Then there are institutes who have complete autonomy on what they can do. And then there are government colleges who have complete autonomy and good amount of funds. And we need a different approach while working with all of them so that they can still collaborate with us with whatever level of flexibility that they have. Now, when we work with colleges who are affiliated to university, we have scope of adding one open elective in their subject, or maybe if they are not in a position to change the syllabus or curriculum, we can at least upgrade the laboratories so that students will get in touch with what is required in the industry. On top of that, students do have access to the video lectures or openly curated materials available in the market and from KPIT experts as well. Then for autonomous colleges, we need a little more flexibility where the faculties will collaborate with us to change the syllabus to address the next generation problems. And on top of that, there is a flexibility needed where if the faculty is supposed to come at KPIT, collaborate with us, spend a little more time to get aligned with the industry, the colleges should allow that. And I saw that as a success where Chopade sir mentioned about 2 faculties who did sabbatical at KPIT, and now they have taken their complete knowledge to their students, and they're actually preparing students for the industry, not just KPIT. And then government colleges and say colleges who are cash rich, sorry to use that term, these colleges can collaborate with various organizations, start forming center of excellences, invest in the next generation technology. Maybe they can have better infrastructure than industry at times, because we all know a lot of things originated in academia and industry is taking benefit out of that. So if these colleges show that flexibility, then I think that we can have a generation of engineers who are not merely engineers, but problem solvers who think like engineers. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for that insight. And, Dr. Nilkanth, I just want to take that bit that Mr. Pawankumar had shared, that how, it is, how it has been that the talent is getting, the talent is getting ready, not just for KPIT, but for all the other companies as well. So I want to ask you that how do you ensure that while you are designing or devising this course with the particular company, and with the particular, one particular company. So how do you make sure that it is not too skewed to their needs? And how do you, ensure that they are ready for the overall industry and not just one particular company?
Yeah. To address this, I would like to again highlight the 3 aspects. Number 1, when we used to call outcome-based education, 3 key components are there. KSA. K is obviously through the knowledge, through the courses and practicals, laboratories, projects. Second component is more important, that is the skills. And the third is again more important than the skills, that is the attitude. So if we are creating right attitude and skills along with the knowledge components, I think the students will be getting industry ready. So to address this, we do have that involvement of the industry persons in the curriculum design. Then I spoke about the some courses also. I would again highlight to this model-based system engineering, which is offered as an open elective from KPIT to the mechanical, and the host department is mechanical. It is open for all the students. So the students will be learning the key concept which are related, like a system engineering. What is system engineering? What is the fundamentals like subsystems, levels, then concrete and objects, etc. Then different pillars like modeling methods, modeling tools and language, then the programming, process modeling. So all this stuff which is required in the industry, which is not currently available in the education system. So this is one example. Similar way, it is the compliance testing, or it is the embedded system design, or the model-based design by KPIT. So the students will be getting exactly what is required in the industry after completing their degree, graduation. So that is my second point. And to address this, the specific industry, so we are expecting the industry support. Obviously we are getting, but it can be strengthened further. So obviously lab setting, or setting the center of excellence, setting the laboratories in the academic institute, that is one solution. But some components are really costlier. So the industry should be open for the students and the faculty. So that is maybe the another solution, so that experiential learning or interdisciplinary learning, what we are projecting, or problem-based learning or project-based learning, that can happen. And obviously, Prasad have already highlighted, it is the motivation to the students and faculty to change their attitude, to change their skill set. So some industry should adopt the department similar to the center of excellence concept. So the department adopted by KPIT technology likewise. So that may be the further foresee I can say. So these are few points that I would like to address.
Got it, Dr. Nilkanth. Dr. Anandhi, same question for you. So how do you ensure that the curriculum is not skewed towards a particular company, and what support also do you expect from the industry?
Yeah. So in continuation with our Dr. Nilkanth, I agree that there is a danger that when we are designing a curriculum, there is always a chance that we get skewed towards the company side. So how do we handle it? We always start talking about the technology, not the company or the industry that we are aligning. So our curriculum we design giving more emphasis to the technological part, and the tool for experiential learning will be from the industry. That way we do justice to both the components, and also we ensure that there is no skewness in the curriculum when we are designing. So that's one part. And the other important part, like how our professor told us, see, one support, technology support, yes, we are 200% getting it from the industry. What we would like to have more is, when we set up a center of excellence or we offer the course, we have an efficient and effective resource that is also getting generated in the campus. So is there a possibility of the consultancy? See, the campus labs live, they stay idle after 6 p.m. and almost 6 months in a year, they stay idle. So that campus facility can be extended to the companies and they can use it for their consultancy work. If they can think about it, I think we can get the return of investment for all of us who are involved in this. So that's one of my observation. And the second one is to get the students industry ready. There's another important component, which is the soft skill. So we would like the industry to support us in designing that curriculum also. As of now, we all sit in the exit meeting of the interviews, and then we collect the input and frame the syllabus. So we would like to have them onboarded for designing that kind of curriculum, as well as participate in the mock interviews given to our candidates. So if that is also done, I think the circle gets completed from our
Got it. Thanks, Dr. Anandhi, for sharing that. So now, this is a question to the industry side of the panel, to Mr. Prasad and Mr. Pawankumar. So are there any, is there any faculty development initiatives, that you are undertaking in your organization? Do industry experts, are they spending some time to mentor the students as well? Are these mentoring sessions are also undertaken in your organization? So Mr. Prasad, we can start.
So I think this is a very important step in the industry academia curriculum. It starts with identifying the right faculty members, which is the teams on both the sides they do. Faculty members act as a very strong brand ambassadors for any of the collaboration that we are taking forward. Most important thing is faculty members would have done their engineering maybe 10-15 years back, so we have to get them up to speed. So what we do as a first step is to as a part of our tech challenge or any hackathons, we get them into our campuses in any of the cities where they are located, and we actually take them through our labs and also give them a presentation on what work we are doing as a part of our value addition to our customers. So that starts for that seeing is believing. So that's where the faculty members get exposed to our side of the story. Then we look at how to create a curriculum jointly with the respective college. So we have done joint curriculums in multiple areas, starting with PLM, MBSc, healthcare, digital manufacturing, and so on. And then we start with the trainer program. So we have completed multiple training programs for our faculties. Next step is in the area of hands-on training. So it is for working with the industry and real life projects. That's extremely important. And for the same reason, we have organized multiple industry visits. So that's the reason I was talking about the professors coming into the companies in our Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, and Gurgaon campuses. And then the next step is to ensure that we are able to motivate the faculty members. So we extend certificates to the faculties who have successfully completed our trainer program, and ensure that we are able to help them to participate in various initiatives that we have, whether it's a technical challenge or hackathons, so that along with the students, and students comes as the next step, but first step is involving the faculty members into various such initiatives.
Got it. Thanks, Mr. Prasad. Mr. Pawankumar, same question for you. What mentoring sessions or faculty development initiatives are being taken, undertaken at KPIT?
Yes. In order to make faculties competent, let us first understand our definition of competency. We define competency as a mixture of knowledge and skills, where you know about a domain and then you keep on applying it again and again and again in order to make sure that you can deliver when needed. And this is what we need our students to have. So naturally, we want our faculties, who are our partners at the college end, to deliver the same. To enable this, we have started an initiative to connect with faculties on regular basis, where faculties from a particular domain, like a model-based design faculty or a group of model-based design faculty, will work with me directly to understand what is happening in the industry. Similar to that, faculty from embedded systems, object-oriented programming are working with my partners within KPIT who ensure that they upgrade their knowledge despite of whatever the syllabus is, so that whenever the students are working on their mini projects, on their final year project, they're ready for guiding them. But we don't look at faculty development through faculty development program, which can be a 5-day activity for them. We would rather let the faculties work at KPIT as our employee on a live project, and that gives them an exposure of what is exactly needed in a project. And when you talk about that, it's not just the technical competencies, it's about the soft skills, it's about delivering on time, working with our program management, and they take back all that knowledge for 2 months duration, rather than just a small activity that we do with them. This ensures that they have enough exposure of, or they get a window to what is happening in the industry, and then they take back that knowledge. As far as students are concerned, we are addressing a huge crowd at the moment. So we have automated a lot of things. Students who regularly submit their problems, we have created, in fact, innovated a completely in-house platform where the students will get an immediate response on what problems they are facing while solving a particular challenge. This gives them an insight on where there is a scope of improvement. And for select colleges, which we are going to call as our Center of Excellence for KPIT Nova, we will invest more time in those colleges along with faculties and students and have more connects with them. PCCO is one of those where we personally meet students, we address them or solve a problem together and give them insights of what is needed. So you have to address scale, and also you have to create a special relation with faculty and students to get to the next level. So that's what we are doing. And for masters, we also have something called as a student connect session, where all the trainers across KPIT connect with them in online mode and let the students ask whatever question they have. For that 1 hour, we belong to the students and let them answer all these questions. It's open for all 20,000 students. So that's what we're doing.
Wonderful, wonderful. Those are some great initiatives. Now, Dr. Anandhi and Dr. Chopade. So, what are you doing to, help in faculty development and, how can the faculty keep up with the latest industry trend, etc. So what initiatives are being taken? So Dr. Nilkanth, if you can share.
Yeah. So again, I will focus 2 points to address this. One, being an autonomous institute and good academic practices, what we are following, we have the policies in place for the faculties. So if the faculty is ready and if is requesting for industry training or for some other training from the reputed like IITs, NITs, so we have the policy for that. We encourage, we provide the duty leave and traveling expenses as well. So that is one motivation from the institute side. Second thing is, obviously, we believe in the fact that if the faculty is competent, as per the definition of Pawankumar, I do agree with it, by adding one component, that is the attitude component again. And if faculty is competent enough, definitely the students will be benefited, because it happens through the train the trainer type of concept, what we are following through KPIT and Capgemini as well. Again, I would like to give you some statistics how this initiative have given benefited the student. So through KPIT Nova Foundation, 15 faculties are directly getting involved in the training, and that is the student count is almost 225. So for the different open electives and for the different courses. So Pawankumar has already talked to those students, and our faculty along with the industry team that they are continuously working for the industry readiness of the students. Second is the KPI, it is the Capgemini. So Capgemini verticals, it is the compliance testing, embedded automotive, biomedical, and programming. So almost 18 faculties are involved for this initiative, and the student count is 141. 141 students are directly getting benefited out of this initiation.
Wow.
So, AutoSAR, Android, and other AutoSAR skills that those also we have picked up, and the students will be getting benefited. It is obviously not for KPIT or Capgemini. It will be for the other industries as well. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful, Dr. Nilkanth. Thank you for sharing again with examples, making it very clear for us. Dr. Anandhi, your thoughts on the faculty development and how faculties are keeping up to date with the industry trends.
So, Vandana, if you see, the success of whole thing is in the hands of the trainer. So unless we equip the trainer properly, I don't think so. All the efforts that the industry is putting or the campus is putting will go in drains. So we take a very keen interest on this. So we have a very strict policy in place where every 6 months, so a faculty must take up a technology course under MOOCs. So there is so much of content available online. So using NPTEL or MOOC, a faculty must complete a technology course every semester. So once in a year, so he or she gets equipped with 2 technologies. So this is one way of keeping them active in learning. So active learner will always produce more learners. So that's our policy. And second one is the FDPs. So FTPs, faculty training program, is organized in association with all the COEs that we have. So almost every semester we have 6 to 10. As of this semester, I can say almost 10 events has been done in association with our industry partners. So this way we ensure that all the faculty or the trainers is very efficient.
Wonderful, wonderful, Dr. Anandhi. Thank you for sharing again with examples. So, the last bit, we've talked about challenges, we've talked about faculty development as well. Now, some benefits and best practices that we can see. So, Mr. Prasad, if you can share that, how have these initiatives helped the students and the organization as well? If you could share some examples.
Yeah, so first of all, it's not only students and the organization, it is for the, so it's a win-win-win approach for all the 3 stakeholders. Students is first, second one is the university or the college, and the third one is industry. Because where there's something significant for everyone. So apart from the placements, which is a clear win for the college, we are also looking for skill upgrades at the national level, which is our way of giving back. As well as we are looking for joint research with the universities, which is again one more area, because we do a lot of work in the products and research and development. This actually opens up a lot of possibilities for young minds to work with best in the industry. And it also makes an impact in the industry by coming out with the new products and solutions. So there's a benefit to the industry, there is a benefit to the college, and there's a benefit to the students, because in the very early age of when they were studying, they get to have a very valuable experience on the emerging skills, rather than getting into the industry, then working there and then getting that experience. So at a very early stage, they are getting that exposure. The industry is actually trying to left shift the entire training while the student is studying, and that becomes more relevant. So it's a win-win-win approach for all the 3 stakeholders. I feel very clearly that whatever investments that we have made over a period of time, it has created a foundation for bridging that gap which I was talking about between what the industry is looking for and what the courses are being conducted by the university. So I am pretty sure that this has made sure that we get right finished talent from the universities. And I'll quote a few examples here. I already talked about the recent visit by our customer to Dr. Chopade's college, PCCOE. And this is where the customer is actually looking for a very path-breaking invention. And this is where Capgemini ER&D team is involved. And therefore, they wanted to really understand the entire ecosystem in which Capgemini is operating. And one of the key component of that ecosystem was the university. And that is where we had a half-a-day visit in PCCOE, and the college was able to really display. They spoke to the students, they spoke to the faculty members. That was one example, and they felt really confident that we will be able to really do a breakthrough in this path-breaking technology. Second one was we were bidding for a very big deal with one of a big manufacturing giant, and we were in the final 2 selects. And that's where the question came in is, what is your key differentiator when you are scaling up the team? So we needed to scale up the team from 0 to 200 in a span of 6 months. And the customer or the prospect was looking for areas where we have really gone beyond and brainstormed on the ideas. And then we presented to them that, look, this is the model that we have. This was on a PLM area, and we said that these are the 100 students who have been getting trained in various universities for last 1 year. And these are, you can technically say that they are 1 year experience in this area. And the customer liked the model. They spoke to some of those students, and that was one of the key area where the customer felt that we have gone beyond the traditional ways of scaling up and building up the business, and we won that deal. We were able to really ensure that we were able to get to the right expectations from the customer. So what I'm trying to say is, these are the initiatives that are definitely giving you the results, and these are the investments I'm sure will continue to yield results over a period of time.
Got it, Mr. Prasad. Mr. Pawankumar, any best practices that you want to share, or any initiatives that have benefited the organization and the industry as well as the students?
So the key stakeholder over here is the students who will eventually join the industry. And as Prasad rightly mentioned, even we have divided this win-win-win for all 3 stakeholders, that is students, college and faculty, and the organization. For students, the key benefit here is that they understand the whys from the industry. Why am I supposed to study a particular subject? How to study or how to learn, and what am I supposed to learn? We have enabled the faculties for that. The students learn from the industry gurus right when they are in college. If we compare that with our times, we were struggling to talk to the right person when we were in 3rd year. And one of the key benefits that students get over here is an exposure on what are they supposed to do, as compared to the extensive amount of knowledge that is present for the current generation. And on top of that, for any organization, we get the best quality talents who are already aligned towards the technology. Doesn't matter if they don't have the domain alignment right when they're out of college for automotive or any other industry, but at least they know the technology which is recent. In this way, we can ensure that the time taken for the students to be project ready is much, much less. And they also learn the best practices at KPIT, like 0 defect delivery, first time right. And we have a culture of excellence, which the students get imparted right when they are learning the fundamentals instead of after joining KPIT. So this ensures that the organization is benefiting out of it, the students are benefiting out of it, and for faculties, we have multiple avenues for collaboration where the management and faculties can look at various consulting opportunities with the industry, where their knowledge can be leveraged for the industry. Faculties learn the recent technologies and impart that knowledge in the students, and joint research opportunities. So as Prasad said, it's a win-win-win for all the 3 parties over here.
Got it. So Dr. Nilkanth and Dr. Anandhi, we are almost at the top of the hour. So quick, thoughts from your end regarding the best practices and these initiatives.
Yeah.
Dr. Anandhi or Dr. Nilkanth, if you can start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dr.
Okay.
Nilkanth. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. From my side, I would highlight a few points. One is the flexi curriculum. So while designing the curriculum, we have taken a proper care of internship of the students. We have given credits for that, so that the student will take it in that right spirit. And we have given the space for internships, complete 6 months space during the span of 8 semesters. And in between the semesters, we have again given a scope for summer or winter training for the students. It may be a short duration training, 15 days or 1 month. And we support allows interdisciplinary approach through the different motor sports clubs at our institute. And the students are bringing laurels by winning the competitions, hackathons, or the design contest through SAE, Baha, SAE, Supra at national or international level. Then Team Solarium, solar-based system design, solar-based sports design. KPIT Sparkle, we are the academic partner. So that culture prevails in the institute. Then again, we are promoting the concept of co-teaching and professor of practice, so that the expertise of the industry are directly dealing with the students. They are coming in giving to the students about the recent technologies and know-hows in the industries, maybe the future technologies which are expected from the student. And last is the evaluation and assessment process in the institute. Being autonomous, we have given a proper thought. And if the student or group of student is visiting particular industry for a certain project, so their assessment and weightage is given in the internal evaluation for that specific and finally we are always making the student about the mission of our say country, that is Make in India, then Skill India, Digital India, and what are the probable support from the industry or from the academia. We are ready for that.
Got it. Dr. Anandhi, your last thoughts?
Yeah, finally, I would say that, see, we are all talking about industry readiness, what the industry wants, or all that. But from my point, no, there's always one point we should understand what the student wants, what is his or her interest.
Yeah.
So we should give a very deep thought about it. And this kind of industry initiatives, we expose all technologies, all industries to them and allow them to pick one based on their interest. If a student is interested in a physical design, let him take. Maybe he's a mechanical student. So what?
Yeah.
So this kind of, I mean, we should allow them to also be happy in the industry. Not only making industry happy, the person who's joining also must be comfortable. So that kind of a mindset is coming out of this kind of collaboration where we expose that. And also when from beginning, when the students are interacting with the industry, and when they are on the first day of their onboarding, they don't feel as if it's a new place. So that kind of a culture we are bringing into the curriculum so that it's not a new place for them. It's another place for them. So I really feel that this industry collaboration is bringing up that most wanted change for the students.
Absolutely. Thanks, Dr. Anandhi. And we'll just take 1 or 2 questions because of paucity of time. So we have very interesting questions from the audience as well. So, you know, when the industry is engaging with the universities, one of the expectations is hiring. So, you know, that, you know, will they be absorbed by this company or not? So the question is that how can, you know, how can they still collaborate and add value without the expectation or commitment in the numbers on the numbers in hiring? So either Prasad or Mr. Pawankumar, you can take the question. Yeah.
So maybe I will try and answer this. As a part of our MOU collaboration, when we select the students based on their interest level, they go through our training process, which goes through the faculty and then the internships and then they go through our assessment process. And we do have a commitment. If the entire batch is ready to join Capgemini, we can take the entire batch provided they go through our assessment process. So there is a commitment. We are interested in hiring as many students as possible who have gone through our 1-year complete training program. Now, in case some of the people do not want to join Capgemini, there are various other models of internship in the 6th semester and so on. So we do have different kinds of models where we deploy people. But important thing is whoever has gone through our program where they have been coached and trained through that particular skill. We have a commitment where we absorb those people, onboard them based on our assessment.
Got it. Got it. Thank you. Thank you so very much.
Add
Yeah.
one point
Yeah.
right here, Vandana.
Yes.
So although we have a small appetite, we're training more than what we need.
Yes.
The reason is that the students will join either KPIT or our customers eventually, or they will bounce off someday, and even after 5 years down the line, they might join KPIT. So it doesn't matter if they are ready for KPIT or not. They are ready for the industry, and eventually they will do the right thing. So that makes us happy.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. And there are many other questions as well. So I would request the audience members to kindly mail us these questions, and we will take the response from the panelists and then share it with you. So thank you, Mr. Prasad. Thank you, Mr. Pawankumar. Thank you, Dr. Nilkanth. Thank you, Dr. Anandhi, for sharing your views and experience with us. So before concluding, I would again, we would like to take a quick poll regarding today's session. So I would request the admin to kindly float the poll again. Yeah. So just a quick session. So which of the organization do you belong to, whether academia or industry? And then secondly, how relevant do you think was today's session for your organization? One which is not, one means not relevant and 5 being very relevant. The third is that how willing are you to design these joint curriculum programs and leverage the best practices that the experts have shared today? And again, from 1 on a scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate today's session? 1 is the lowest, 5 is the highest. So we'll just keep this poll on for a couple of minutes. Oh, sorry, couple of seconds, and then we'll move ahead. Yeah, thank you so very much. Thanks a lot. And I would also like to inform our audience that we are also going to publish a detailed playbook comprising of the key insights and best practices that we have heard today in this session. And I hope the audience also, they have enjoyed this session and they took home some of the problems and problem statements and best practices. So tomorrow, let us join back again. So we will be talking about hackathons tomorrow. So let us, join back again. And thank you so very much for joining, everyone. And thank you so much to all our experts and panelists. So thanks a lot. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.